Well, as you can see, I did a lot of powder coating and painting a lot of the engine parts. Most of the plastic parts were painted, obviously. A lot of the metal parts were powder coated. Battery bracket, as you can see here, took that off, powder coated it all white. I don't know if you can see down in there, I did the entire bracket as well as the angle bracket that supports it there. Previous owner put the K&N air filter on, and he actually put a Blitz SBC DC controller and had the solenoid box sitting right here, and I went ahead and took that and tucked it away into the fender well there, and I had to lengthen the wires, but it turned out pretty well. I think I soldered all the connections, staggered the joints so there's no risk of actually getting any kind of short circuit there. The vacuum reservoir, I removed that, removed the actual hard line. There was a hard line that came up over the battery here, and I removed that as well. On the fender well, or on the firewall there, you can see I removed all the solenoids, and actually there's a resistor pack right here that is resistors for the injectors, since they're low impedance injectors on there, and I don't think you can see them, but I'll try here. I tucked them way down. You can kind of see them there if the camera would focus on them, but I actually had to just enlarge a hole, and there was a factory threaded hole right there, so I just used a bolt and bolted it right back down. Removed pretty much everything that I could off of the firewall here. Either cut lines or trimmed them, or there's a hard line here I removed, like I said. Then there was a hard line that connected right here to the plenum, came back and went over, and I cut that and actually tied it in right in here real nice. Right underneath my finger you can kind of see a zip tie right there, and that's where I capped off the hose and capped it off there. Took the ground wire, removed it. There's a ground wire I believe connected to this hole, and I moved that bolt, and it's working out just fine. Put the EGR delete plates on there. You can see one there, kind of, it's a little dark, but obviously removed the EGR solenoid. That was part of that solenoid pack that was right over there on those two holes there. Kept the cruise control, but there was a big cruise control actuator that ended up right in here, and the cruise control line came around and actually plugged into this hole right here. Moved that obviously, and drilled a hole right here, put the cable right there, shortened it, and I tucked it away in the fender well right there in the driver's fender well. Took the AC relay box that was right here, actually goes into those two bolts right there. Took that, fished the wires back through the grommet that they came through, and I mounted the AC box in there. Removed the evap canister off all the hard wires off here. 4 hard wires that went across the engine bay down there. Removed those. There's like maybe 6 vacuum hoses on here now, which is really nice. Makes it super easy to diagnose any vacuum leaks. Previous owner also put the Greddy blow-off valve.